Hey guys, Scrub Lord here, and welcome to another episode of Scrub Souls. In this episode, we're going to be taking an SL1 character through Irithyll. I did go back and get the Prisoner's Chain, which is made from Gundir's Soul in the Firelink Shrine, and that gives me a lot of extra health. So I feel a little bit more confident going through this area. It can be quite difficult. The first thing we're going to want to do is go ahead and help Cirrus defeat Creighton so that we can fight Creighton on our own a little bit further into the level and get his excellent axe, the Dragon Slayer axe. Make sure you're embered up and go ahead and hit Cirrus' sign on the bridge here and you'll be transported into her world. The easiest way to take this guy down is to backstab him while he's fighting with Cirrus. And keep in mind that if he kills Cirrus, you failed. You are her summon, so you have to take him out. But he's really not that difficult. He'll heal a few times. Just stay out of his way. That's it for him. And if you head back to the Firelink Shrine, Cirrus will give you the Silver Cat ring. Heading into Irithyll, probably the easiest way to deal with these things is to just not deal with them at all, but they are fast and they'll chase you around. I actually cleaned most of this stuff out as I was going through. But if you want to just make a break for it and try to get to the first bonfire, that's another wise option. If you use my method and slowly clear everything out, one thing you'll want to skip is the 2 knights that are coming down this way, and that'll require you to kill this fire witch here. And they can be kind of difficult. Just make sure you're not standing in front of them too much or they're going to have various attacks for you. And then go ahead and hide back here while those 2 walk past. If you're clearing everything, you'll have time to stop and kill this crystal bug on this platform and get, I think, a couple Twinkies. And from there you'll want to make a mad dash to the bonfire. Clear out the little cemetery by the Church of Yorshka, and then make sure you ember up because you're going to get invaded by Creighton, and this is where you can get that sweet axe. Any minute now. Easiest way to deal with this guy, of course, is to just shove him right off the ledge. And there's the Dragon Slayer axe. From the Church of Yorshka, you're going to want to make your way through the sewers and across this lake to get to the distant manor bonfire. Now, if you have not yet saved Grey Rat, make sure you don't go down into the Irithyll dungeon, because as soon as you light the first bonfire in the Irithyll dungeon, it moves Sigurd from where he is now, which is in this level, into the Irithyll dungeon, and then that means Grey Rat will die. If you mess up and Grey Rat does die in Irithyll, you'll find his ashes back there amongst those weird bug-like creatures. Go ahead and have a chat with Sigurd. Kill this Black Knight. Yeah, got a divine blessing out of him. You might want to do this area unembered, because otherwise you're going to get invaded by the Londor Pale Shade, and it doesn't really benefit you in any way. The more invasions you can avoid at SL1, the better. After you survive what are probably the most annoying dogs in the game, you'll find an elevator. Make sure you're hitting this, because it opens up a shortcut back to the Church of Yorshka, and if you die here, it's going to be a long trip back. I'd go ahead and avoid these Pontiff Knights if at all possible and just race to the shortcut. Oh, you lovely iframes. Well, we're ready to take on the Pontiff, but before we do that, go from the Church of Yorshka bonfire back to Central Irithyll and go get Creighton's gear. Now that you've killed him a second time, his armor set will be sitting on the bridge here, and it's very nice armor. It's relatively lightweight, and it just happens to be really good against the Pontiff. It's high against slash, it's high against fire, and it's high against dark. It isn't superb against any of those 3, but it's good across the board. So basically that's what we're going to be wearing against the Pontiff. Pontiff Sulyvahn is often considered the first hard boss of the game, but once you know this guy and you've got good strategies for dealing with him, he's a complete pushover. I know a lot of people find that hard to believe. They're like, oh, I just raged on him so long. He can be really difficult if you don't attack him a certain way, and this is the way. Strafe to the left, hug his right hip, raise your shield up and down to try to manage your stamina, and just after he attacks, you attack, and you just keep doing this. And I mean, I know it's stupid, and it's hard to believe if you've had struggled with this guy before, but as you watch this video, I could do this 5 times in a row. I mean, you just sit and circle around him and take occasional hits. Here you're going to go ahead and back up. Take a little chip damage there. That was kind of scrubby. Okay, back up a little bit when he does this, and then go in after the Phantom is summoning and just unload your sword on him, and you'll take out the summon before it has a chance to completely get in, or it won't have any health. And you're also doing damage to the Pontiff as well, so you can see he's already at low health. He gets a little bit more aggressive in his second phase, but it's essentially identical to the first phase. He normally will summon a second time, but I don't really give him time. That's about the only attack he has that damages me through my shield. So I did not use any Estus for the entire fight, and the Pontiff is dead already. So let's go ahead and take a look at the winning gear. We still have our SL1 character. I've got a lot of 15s because I'm wearing the Prisoner's Chain as well as the Knight's Ring. For gear, I'm using the +10 Fire Broadsword, the +4 Dragon Crest Shield. I am using the armor that we got off of the bridge earlier in the episode. I'm using the Fire Clutch Ring, the Chloranthy Ring, the Prisoner's Chain, and the Knight's Ring. And that's it. That's how easy Pontiff Sulyvahn can be. So leave a like and subscribe, and check back to see how I'm doing on my SL1. I guess we're heading for Aldrich next.